Hello, good morning everyone. And it is a good morning. It is a very good morning. You are here at my channel and I'm so grateful for you to be with me. I am here very unscripted and with my morning talk. My morning talk is going to be about just a little bit about maybe like consciousness and consciousness. Because I want to share this topic with you because basically my channel is so many different facets of myself, and I'm a very playful artist, playful person, developing myself, and I have realized that a lot of my morning talks is about the human drama and the development of my, perhaps a little bit of development of my consciousness. And so yeah, there's so many different parts of me that are interesting, and as we go through life, as I go through life, I'm yeah, I don't know, there are many sides of me that are there and that I like to share, and sometimes I'm not really scripted, but I talk about topics and I talk about things that try to, I think in a way it's like my channel is going to grow, and you are sharing this journey with me because I want to be as real, as authentic as I can. But at the same time, sometimes I, as you have, if you're watching my channel, my vlogs are edited and they're made to be playful, and I enjoy all the editing, and also my morning talks is more of a kind of maybe a serious thing, I guess. Nothing is really that serious to me, to be honest, and I've learned that life changes momentarily and every day, and sometimes yes, sometimes no, I don't know. So there's so many facets to me, and I know that there's so many facets to you, and as an artist I like to express myself in so many different ways. But I'm here, so morning talks are like going to really develop in a way that I think, I don't really know actually, but I do know that there is something about my existence that I like to share, because I believe that we're all the same, and we're all one, and all of this. The last couple of days I got really kind of caught up a little bit in the news, and I realized, you know, more and more I realized that it is not, I don't really watch the news so much because it can bring, I couldn't really separate myself from that, and in so many years I don't know, I watched, but I didn't, and I'm American, but I'm living in Europe, and so, and also, I don't know, I just figured that, you know, the media was just really negative, and I just didn't really like that feeling that was producing inside of me. So anyway, so I'm not going to talk about that, but that's just part of me. But I do know there is something that is so incredible, and I have been reading about consciousness for so many years. I have been aware of myself and the synchronicity of life, and I find that my life has been so incredibly magical in so many ways, and I had some irrational suffering that brought me to realize, or start to kind of recognize what I really am. I don't know, and I read so many books about physics and metaphysics, and not that I understand everything, but somehow my conditioned mind would try to say, you know, these remarkable experiences that I've had, a lot of things, most of the things I set myself out to achieve, I've achieved. And I don't believe that, I believe that my belief system in that is so strong, and I believe that everybody can do that. So, but in order to trust the universe, and that you can be and do and have anything in your life, I really believe that is possible. And I'm not green, not at all green, because I certainly realize all of this, and I've been reading it, and a lot of people who know me personally, they know that I believe in this, and that I follow it, and that consciousness awareness of consciousness and the expansion of my existence. I am the universe. I am God. I am. That would throw a lot of people off, but I'm not here to people please at all. So there is something called the source, and I've been watching videos and reading books from people who have channeled, and a channel is something like something that people receive like blocks of thought and they convey it, and it's coming from some kind of entity, and it really resonated with me, and it resonates with me, and I have I have realized that it just feels right with me, and it feels like the truth, and since I came to the conclusion that the only truth for me is love, and that is fundamentally where I come from. And so, you know, I open myself up and to realize that my dreams and the reality of my dreams is their reality. I think I don't necessarily yet have all the words, but I do know that I have created my reality, and that a source, a positive source is there. Love, universal, is there, and I grow from that, and I find it remarkable, my life and where I'm coming from and where I'm ending up. Or I don't think we ever get it done, because I keep growing daily. And this human drama that I talk about in my other talks, it's so, I don't know, it seems like it's like we have to go through, or that I had to go through it in my journey, going through that. And parallel at the same time, I realized that there's something else in my existence that is creating my so-called reality, and that consciousness has been something that I've looked at for a very long time. And the power of that intention that I have to create my reality is so strong, and beautiful things, remarkable things happen to me. Circumstance teaches me that is a truth. And so I will be developing, my channel will be developing and speaking of that, but I think sometimes either the egoic mind makes me feel insecure about expressing it. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes I'm in the space to do that. And so, which brings me back to like the news and things. The news was giving me some kind of negative response, and politics and all of this. So I stopped that. I stopped engaging in it. I don't read it because it could affect my conditioned mind and my egoic self, and I can get well, defensive with that. And so I just cut it out, and I've cut out many things in my life that I didn't feel like that were positive, and anything that made me feel like a victim. So everything that I choose to do in my life I own, and I'm by no means perfect, and I am not a perfect person. Whatever that means, I don't know. And you don't have to be anyway to experience these things. And so there's not really a right or wrong, and there's a consequences to choices. So if this makes any sense, maybe this is really quite scattered because it's not a script this morning. But I do know that we are remarkable. We are just so remarkable, and there are so many people who write about this. And if you have any interest in self-help or any development in yourself, like self-help, if you go into a bookstore, if you do these days, which is, I still do occasionally. I buy a lot of things online because I travel a lot, and space is an issue in my traveling, and weight and all that stuff like that, because you have to pay, blah blah blah. But I do love going into bookstores, and I have so many books about self-help and the human drama and coming through that. But I discovered that I had like synchronistic events happening in my life that were so peculiar. And I'll tell you a little story, a very little story. When I was 5 years old, one of my first experiences of this, of knowing something, was remarkable to me, and I never really shared it to anybody. I don't even think that my mom knows this, but I do remember this. And that when I was 5 years old, I was with my mom, and she was driving in a rural area in Alabama, and we were stopped at a gas station, and I was stopped at the gas station, and I was in the back seat of the car, and my mom got out to pump the gas, and I remember seeing this trailer that was parked next to the gas station, and nothing else was really around. And I remember that I saw this gas station, and in my I received some kind of knowing that I would live there one day. And give or take a couple of years later, my mom married that man, and we moved into that trailer. So that was a very, very interesting thing for me that happened to me. And Mom, I don't think I've ever shared that with you, but that did happen to me. And so, and that was my first memory of something that was I don't know, that seemed to be not outside of me, that was just something that either I manifested or I had a knowing of something. And I've had these kind of experiences in my life that pointed towards something else that was a phenomenon to me. And I couldn't diss it. So I started reading a lot of books about consciousness and about creating your own reality, and that we can alarm, see, that is probably saying that wake up, it's an alarm, wake up. Okay, no, but seriously, see, I'm playful, and I love to be playful, like all the time, because nothing is that serious to me, and I want you to realize that nothing is that serious. But anyway, so where was I? So many things in my life have become synchronistic, and I have met people that without meeting them, I would have not gone in a certain direction. And you know, there have been several things that have happened in my life. Like, I wanted to be a teacher. I dreamt of being a teacher and a choreographer early when, I think it was the very first weekend that I started dancing, and when I was 15 years old. And everything came true. Like, I didn't start choreographing until I was 43 years old, and I wanted that to happen so badly. And I went through my whole dancing career, and I always, when I started to improvise, it was an incredible experience for me, which was later in my career, in mid my career. No, yes, in whatever that means. But it does mean, because I started to create, and I started to listen to some kind of channel on my body, and I danced, and I teach improvisation, and it's the highest art form of dance, I believe. Anyhow, like, so many dreams of mine came true. And as a choreographer, I didn't start choreographing as a professional until I was like 43 years old. And I had already been a rehearsal director, and I had gone through so many doors. And I choreographed earlier, little by little, here and there, and all this. And when I got to Ballet Frankfurt working with Forsyth, he encouraged me to choreograph. And we choreographed together, the company, and that was an outlet for me to express this inner desire that I had. And so that brings me to realize, as I look back, and I realized that there was some kind of source that was alive, that was thriving, and that was in me, or that I could, I don't know, that I could use, and that I could develop, but I had to be open. So I got through all that human drama, which I share with you because I feel like, I don't know, that's my way of just, that's what happened to me, and I got through the human drama, and parallel to this, I was experiencing these things and these incredible dreams coming true. So that's basically this morning what that's about, and I want to be able to talk about that. And I have this real big desire to share a lot of that, because I believe that we are all one in that way, and that we all have so much power in us that is miraculous, and you can't really I don't know, like, you can't really know it unless you're aware, like you're really aware of your thought patterns, and you're aware of what is behind, what is the silence in your experience, what is the space between the words of your thoughts, or what are your thoughts, and the conditioned mind is so incredible to recognize that and to realize that, and what is past that, what is beyond that, what is that is aware. That is where I'm going to leave you this morning, because it's already 15 minutes. I've got to get to work. What is it that is aware of? What is awareness? What is awareness of awareness? I am aware as I talk right now. I am aware that I am talking. So I can observe myself, walking, I can observe myself, I can observe my mind, I can observe situations, I can not observe enough to not label, which is part of the human drama and the conditioned mind. But I can be aware. What is it that is aware? I like to think that whatever beats my heart and grows my fingernails and grows my hair is really my authentic self. And there is such a power in that, and such an incredible thing, that I cannot diss it in my experience, and I cannot not share it, because it's such a beautiful and remarkable thing. And there are thousands and hundreds of thousands of people sharing these things, and it resonates with me, and it's incredibly powerful. And I let go of the people pleasing, and I'm discovering so much about myself, and I want to be able to articulate it, and I believe I can write it. I'm writing, I write some things sometimes, and I don't know, I feel I can do that. But here in my talks on my channel, it's very, very important for me to share that with you, because that's where I'm coming from. So I don't know what I'm going to do every day, because I feel different every day. So that's just interesting to watch. But dreams do come true, and you are the captain of your own ship in that way, and things can become reality. But you have to be aware. Okay, so awareness. You are the awareness of awareness. Perhaps even the awareness of the awareness of the awareness. I don't know. Alright, well, I love you so much, and thank you for listening to me, and I hope you kind of got something out of this, and my hand choreography is great. So, anyway. Alright, peace, love, and hair grease, and have a great day. So, and be playful, and don't take everything too seriously. Lighten up, lighten up, lighten up. What? Yeah. I just want to keep talking. Love you. Bye-bye. Love, love, love.